See tonight's sunset? The sky was on fire. The sun is setting early and earlier these days. 8 minutes past 4 o'clock tonight. This is the scene from Buxton, a viewer photo. Speaking of Buxton, I have to say hello to my new friends, the 8th graders over at Bonnie Eagle Middle School. Got a chance to pop in there with a weather presentation this morning, and they were all excited to get some snow. Yes, we do have some snow on the way. Hard to believe. We topped out at 64 degrees early this morning. That breaks an old record of 61 set back in 1953. So initially it's mild. By this time tomorrow we'll have some snow on the ground. Snow arrives midday, probably I would say between 10 a.m. and about 1 p.m. somewhere in there for most of southern and central Maine. The snow should be ending before daybreak on Thursday, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. And then on Thursday, Thanksgiving itself will probably just be left with a lot of clouds. There's the chance for a few snow showers. Most towns should pick up a solid half foot to possibly as much as a foot of snow. That's the way it looks anyway. Here's satellite radar. We have an upper low spinning to our northwest. There's a stalled front situated just offshore. You can see it right in here. Our storm system is getting its act together well to the south. Look at all this moisture surging north out of the Gulf of Mexico, across Florida, and down through the southeastern part of the United States. So right in here we're going to see an area of low pressure track south of Nantucket in a fashion like that. In fact, let's get in a little bit closer and we'll look at that together. It looks as if the storm is going to take that perfect track, that we're going to keep a fair amount of precipitation in place, but a fair amount of cold air in place as well. Now, if this storm were to track even 50 to 100 miles off to the west, we would introduce some rainfall. If this storm were to track 50 to 100 miles out to the east, we would have less precipitation. So it looks like it's going to take that sweet track to bring mostly snow to the area during our Wednesday and early Thursday. So let's get a little bit closer. We'll go hour by hour, town by town. This is Storm Tracker, run off of a model we run in-house here called Microcast. We're going to start off at 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. Now it's just cloudy skies. So travel times, if you're traveling tomorrow morning, early in the morning especially, I think we're in pretty good shape, but I would not be surprised to see a few snowflakes arriving as soon as mid to late morning, especially over southern zones. The conditions, as far as the road conditions, will deteriorate rapidly on Wednesday afternoon. This is 1 o'clock. Notice how the snow is overspread a large portion of the area, and initially temperatures are above the freezing mark, so probably the first hour or two of snow, the snow will not be accumulating. What's happening is it's cold upstairs and it's still warm at the surface. Eventually enough heavier precipitation will be moving in, allowing for temperatures to drop. Now this is one forecast model, so take it with a grain of salt, but there's some evidence that we could see some warming right along southern and coastal areas at a few thousand feet in elevation, and if that were to take place, we would see some sleet mixing in. Southern York County, possibly coastal York County, some of the peninsulas and islands, all those brighter colors offshore, that's all rain. It looks like all the rain should remain to our east, and it looks primarily snow for most of the area, but I still can't rule out a brief period of sleet, especially along southern and coastal zones tomorrow afternoon. This is 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Yeah, it's snowing. It's continuing to snow. Looks like the snow winds down probably around 3 o'clock in the morning or so. So Thursday itself, we'll have to dig out. Temps will start in the 20s, but as far as traveling goes, I think we're in much better shape on Thanksgiving. We'll have a lot of clouds around. There's the chance for a few snow showers. Now, it is worth mentioning there's some forecast model guidance suggesting a little lingering trough may be hanging back, especially over southern parts of Maine, Cumberland County, York County. That may be the focus for possibly a period of light snow. That's something we need to watch, but it looks like most of the accumulating snow will be over with by the time you wake up early Thursday. Friday just stays cold. In fact, by Friday night and Saturday, I think we're looking at the coldest night of the season so far. Single digits and low teens will be common for early morning lows on Saturday. All right, before the cold, we have the snow, of course. Snow arrives tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. I think it's a solid 6 to 10 inches of snow for most areas. There may be a little sleet mixing in along southern and coastal zones, so we kept southern York County, some of the coastal communities here, also some of the peninsulas and islands in 4 to 8. That's something we need to watch. There'll probably be a coastal front that sets up as well. And what happens is on the north and west side of the front, that's where we're going to see the heavier bands of snow. So we're going to watch where that sets up. Again, a solid 6 to 10 for most towns. There might be a few spots in here, interior York County, west side of Sebago Lake, and back through portions of New Hampshire, like 8 to 12, another little jackpot up into eastern parts of Maine. I think there'll be lighter amounts the farther north you go, and the reason for that will just be farther away from the storm, but that's the way things look for Wednesday into Thursday. All right, 7-day forecast. Snow develops tomorrow, probably midday or so, late morning, early afternoon. It continues tomorrow night. Now, this may be deceiving because we have some snowflakes there on Thursday, but that's just the chance for snow showers. I think Thursday itself, as far as travel goes, will be a lot better than your Wednesday. High temps on Thursday in the 30s. Fridays we're in the 30s as well. Even along coastal areas, I think we'll be in the low teens for early morning lows on Saturday. Will be a lot of clouds around that day, and there's a chance for a shower on Sunday. Inland areas, that's right, we're going to start around 8 early on Saturday. That's the way things look. Still a changeable forecast, so stay tuned. We'll have more updates coming up on CBS 13 at 11 and Fox 23 at 10. Craig will have more updates tomorrow morning. We'll see you then. Have a nice night.